He didn't lose her because he didn't love her. He lost her because he was too afraid of losing her. Ali always believed that one day someone would finally stay, not just for a while, not just until things got difficult, but truly stay. So when Aisha came into his life, it felt different. She listened, she cared, she remembered small details about him, the kind no one had ever noticed before. For the first time, Ali felt safe. Their conversations would last for hours, late night calls turned into early morning laughs, and slowly, without realizing it, Ali made her his emotional home. But something inside him was still restless, because peace was unfamiliar. At first, everything was perfect, until it wasn't. Aisha started getting busy. Her replies became slower, calls became shorter, and sometimes she wouldn't reply at all for hours. To most people, this would be normal, but to Ali, this felt like the beginning of the end. His mind started racing. Did I say something wrong? Is she losing interest? Is there someone else? He would open her chat again and again, reading old messages, trying to find where things changed. But nothing had changed, except his fear had woken up. Ali began texting more. Are you okay? Did I do something? Why are you so distant? Aisha would reply calmly at first. Ali, I'm just busy, don't overthink. But overthinking wasn't something Ali could just stop, because this wasn't about Aisha, this was about something much older. Days passed. Ali's anxiety grew stronger. Every late reply felt like rejection. Every short message felt like disinterest. Every silence felt like abandonment. So he tried harder. He gave more attention, more time, more effort. But instead of bringing her closer, it started pushing her away. One night, everything changed. Ali sent her multiple messages. No reply. He called. No answer. Hours passed. His chest felt heavy. His thoughts were spiraling. This is it. She's leaving. When she finally replied, it was simple. Ali, I was just busy. I need some space. That word broke something inside him. Because to Ali, space didn't mean rest. It meant distance. It meant loss. It meant goodbye. The next day he couldn't control himself. He sent long messages, explaining his feelings, asking for reassurance, begging her not to change. But Aisha was overwhelmed now. She replied, Ali, I care about you, but this is too much. I feel suffocated. And just like that, the thing Ali feared the most happened. She left. Ali sat there staring at his phone, confused, heartbroken, asking himself the same question again and again. Why does this always happen to me? But the answer wasn't in his present, it was buried in his past. Ali grew up in a house where emotions were never understood. His parents were always busy. They provided everything except emotional presence. When he was sad, no one asked why. When he was scared, no one noticed. When he needed comfort, he was alone. As a child, he learned something very dangerous. People don't stay emotionally. Your emotions don't matter. You are on your own. So he adapted. He became someone who held on tightly, because deep inside, he believed everything would eventually leave. And now, as an adult, every relationship wasn't just a relationship, it was a test to prove, will this person stay or leave like everyone else? But here's the tragedy. In trying so hard not to be abandoned, he created the very thing he feared. Ali didn't lose Aisha because he wasn't enough. He lost her because his unhealed childhood wound turned love into fear and connection into pressure. Sometimes it's not the relationship that's broken, it's the part of you that never felt safe to begin with. You don't react to people, you react to the wounds they unknowingly touch. And until you heal what hurt you as a child, you will keep trying to fix your relationships when the real thing that needs healing is within you.